welcome to Live at 4 on this Thursday. Start thinking up your medical questions.
That's right. Dr. Zorba Pastor will be with us later this hour. We'll let you know when it's time to call in.
But first, looking at topping our news today, we have an update on an officer-involved shooting in Adams County over a week ago. So what happened that led to the officer firing their weapon?
What is actually allowed and what isn't when it comes to putting political signs in your yard? Our political reporter Will Keneally will break down the rules for us.
And busloads of migrants from Venezuela arrive at the vice president's residence in D.C., while others are now calling Martha's Vineyard home. We'll have more on the immigration battle fueling this humanitarian crisis. But first, let's take a look outside. The sun trying to break through the smoke.
Yeah, a little hazy outside, but nice and warm and good to see the sun today.
And a touch warmer as well. Chris Reese is out in the backyard. Summer has returned.
Yes, it has. We've seen temperatures closer to 80, and the extended forecast actually has more temperatures that will be in that 80-degree mark. So that is a little bit warmer for us. Clear skies right now. Still a little bit hazy, but the sky looks a little bit more blue at this point of the day. So that's a positive for you. 79 is where the temperature does stand, with winds out of the south at about 7 miles per hour there. 85, by the way, is the temperature right now in Boscobel. Middleton, you are at 81. Elsewhere, we're into the mid and upper 70s throughout parts of the Madison metro. 77 seems to be a popular number. I want to talk about what I am watching, though. Focus over parts of the high plains and the Rockies. This is where our next system is getting together. It's not going to be a super heavy rainmaker, but it will bring us our next chances to see some showers and thunderstorms around here. In particular, I'm watching Saturday night and into Sunday. This is going to be something that we break down coming up in just a bit as we really get into that weather forecast. But at least for this evening, you know I love talking about grilling out, eating dinner outside if you have the chance to do so. We'll keep those temperatures into the 70s. We'll stay mild, comfortable, and clear. I'm also watching traffic for you all. So far, this is the Beltline of John Nolan. I am not seeing any type of big issues hitting the road so far as your evening commute does get started. All of Dane County looking good. In the Madison metro, we're all in good shape. A couple of brake lights on Stoughton Road, but that is to be expected this time. We'll take another closer look at traffic, too, coming up in the show.
All right, we'll see you then. Thank you, Chris. The Adams County Sheriff's Office deputy who shot and killed a man last week has been put on administrative assignment.
Deputy Jacob Bean shot and killed 61-year-old Brian Childers on September 7th after law enforcement got a report of a man walking on a county road while armed with a gun.
When Bean encountered Childers, he reportedly learned that he had active felony warrants filed against him. After Bean made contact with Childers, Childers reportedly pulled out his gun. Bean then shot and killed him.
Bean was wearing a body camera at the time of the shooting, but that footage has not been released. Bean has 6 years of law enforcement experience. Investigators are still reviewing the evidence and will turn over their reports to the Adams County District Attorney. The DA will then determine if Bean will face charges for killing Childers.
And we're still following the GoFundMe site set up for the children who lost both their parents in a murder-suicide this past weekend. This is a look at the GoFundMe website set up for the Ray family. Initially, the campaign asked for $10,000 for funeral costs and care for the children, but the public has gone above and beyond, collecting almost $91,000 from over 850 people. If you'd like to donate, visit the website at gofundme.com/Ray-family, or you can get a link at channel3000.com. We'll drive through any city or on any highway in this state, and you're bound to find at least one political sign right now. There's some of the samples and messages and names and messages. Others include curse words and inappropriate messages.
So what is actually allowed and what isn't? That's not always a simple answer.
Political reporter Will Keneally looked into that question. Will, what did you find?
So those yard signs are at the core of that First Amendment free speech, but there are some rules. Like, for example, you have to keep them on your own property and keep the lines of sight clear for other cars. But there is some room for creativity, as we caught up with the Democrats making signs in the Republican-controlled Walworth County.
Not so wordy that you can't, like, digest it, but we think people spend a lot of time in their cars, and so the billboards are important. These are important because people realize this is grassroots, this is homemade stuff, this is local stuff.
So they say it's about connecting on common ground, using values instead of specific candidates. And we'll have more on this, like the do's and don'ts of yard signs and effective messaging, in a special report tonight at 6.
We'll see you then. Thank you. As UW nurses continue celebrating their deal with UW to perhaps move toward a path of union recognition, they're giving us a glimpse inside the room as it happened. At the governor's mansion this weekend, nurses say the night was long. The table conversations were generally professional, but also at times pretty tense. And the groups spent hours late into the night giving up one thing to get another. When it all panned out, two union leaders acknowledged not everyone has been on board.
Initial reactions, I was not overly happy on the initial reaction, but that's also because I didn't fully understand everything, what everything meant.
There was a lot of confusion, and I think there still is. I think people expected us to come out with complete union recognition, more money, just immediate changes, and it's not like that.
We are getting a deeper look inside the room as it happened. Naomi Coles takes us there tonight at 5.
A Madison alder abruptly resigned late last night after a week after his name appeared on a leaked list of paid members of the far-right group, the Oath Keepers. In a statement, 17th District Alder Gary Halverson said his home was vandalized last week. He said he is resigning for the safety of his family. Halverson previously said he briefly joined the Oath Keepers in 2020 without fully vetting the organization. He went on to say he was only a member for about 2 months.
The flag of the Ho-Chunk Nation will fly this fall over Bascom Hall on campus. UW-Madison's new chancellor, Jennifer Mnuchin, and Ho-Chunk Nation President Marlon White Eagle were both in attendance at the flag-raising ceremony in what the chancellor called an historic day in the history of UW-Madison. White Eagle welcomed everybody on the Ho-Chunk land and said that these kind of events are opportunities for others to learn about the people that lived here before as they are sharing a part of themselves.
When we put the flag up like this, and it kind of breaks that down a little bit, that there are people that were here, and they were somebody's family, and they were my family, and they were a lot of our family.
The Ho-Chunk Nation flag will fly for a week starting today, then again in October for a week to mark Indigenous Peoples Day, and all throughout November for National Native American Heritage Month. Well, today the Biden administration is touting a tentative deal that will keep America's trains moving and stave off what could have been another big blow to the economy.
It's the result of 20 hours of negotiations between rail companies and unions that lasted into the early hours of this morning.
President Biden even called in at one point to push for an agreement. Skylar Henry has more from the White House.
This agreement is a big win for America.
President Joe Biden celebrated the tentative deal that hit the brakes on a looming rail strike.
Together, we reached an agreement. You reached an agreement that will keep our critical rail system working and avoid disruptions of our economy.
The standoff stemmed from a dispute over sick leave and attendance policies.
Our guys are over-the-road engineers, the bulk of them. They're on call. They're not home enough. It's a tough family life, and we tried to get them some more time off.
The new agreement grants members an extra paid day off and time away from work for things like routine medical care and hospitalizations. It also contains a 24% wage increase, bonuses, and health care cost caps.
Each party got some of the things they needed, and it will make for a more productive workplace when we get them all implemented.
Again, the deal touted here Thursday is tentative. Union leaders say in the coming weeks their members will review the agreement and then vote to finalize it.
The union leadership will take these contracts to their membership, will explain it to their membership, and they have a democratic process where the members will get a chance to support or deny these agreements. I think they'll support them.
Industry experts had warned a rail strike could have cost the U.S. economy about $2 billion a day in lost productivity and severely strained the existing supply chain issues following the shipping and trucking backups earlier this year. Skylar Henry, CBS News, the White House.
Ahead of the tentative agreement, Amtrak had announced that it was canceling long-distance rail service.
An Amtrak spokesperson now says they're working to quickly restore those trains.
The political fight between Republicans and the Biden administration over the issue of immigration is playing out between the states. Early this morning, buses carrying migrants from Venezuela arrived at Vice President Kamala Harris's residence in Washington, D.C. And yesterday, about 50 migrants were flown on charter flights to Martha's Vineyard, Massachusetts, on the order of Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. Some of the migrants say they were told they'd be given housing and jobs.
There's a legal way of doing this. Republican governors interfering in that process and using migrants as political pawns is shameful.
We're not a sanctuary state. What would be the best is for Biden to do his damn job and secure the border.
Massachusetts Governor Charlie Baker, a Republican, says his administration will continue to support local officials as they address an ongoing humanitarian crisis.
Well, today marks 1 week since the death of Queen Elizabeth II, and Britain continues to mourn and honor its longest-serving monarch. William and Catherine, the new Prince and Princess of Wales, stepped out to greet well-wishers at the family's estate in eastern England. The Queen's body now lies in state for the public's outpouring of gratitude. The line leading into Westminster Hall has stretched as far as 4.5 miles at times.
It's incredibly moving, you know, seeing her and, you know, her troops and her people walking past.
Tomorrow, the King and his 3 siblings will hold a 15-minute vigil around the Queen's coffin, and on Monday, they'll accompany it to Westminster Abbey for the funeral.
The American Welding Society Careers in Welding trailer made a stop at the Truax campus of Madison College today, hoping to create a spark of some interest in welding as a career. Visitors to the 53-foot-long trailer were able to practice making a weld using virtual reality equipment that generates no smoke or spark or flame. The virtual reality training has been around for about 15 years, but it's really picking up steam now.
It gives the general public, people just walking in and off the street, say, hey, I've always heard about welding, kind of wanted to try it, seemed cool, but your ability to just walk into a welding shop in your regular street clothes and pick up a welder, it's not really something that you can do. The virtual reality gives us that opportunity.
Welding jobs are in demand. Recent data shows the nation will need an additional 84,000 welders next year.
I don't know, it could be a second career for me.
There you go.
Welding. The midterm election is now less than 2 months away, and 2 major races in Wisconsin are virtually tied.
That is according to the latest Marquette Law School poll. The director of the poll, Charles Franklin, breaks down the numbers with us when Live at 4 continues.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
If you have advanced non-small cell lung cancer, your first treatment could be a chemo-free combination of 2 immunotherapies that works differently. It could mean a chance to live longer. Opdivo plus Yervoy is for adults newly diagnosed with non-small cell lung cancer that is spread, tests positive for PD-L1, and does not have an abnormal EGFR or ALK gene. Together, Opdivo plus Yervoy helps your immune system launch a response that fights cancer in 2 different ways. Opdivo plus Yervoy equals a chance for more time together, more family time, more time to remember. Opdivo and Yervoy can cause your immune system to harm healthy parts of your body during and after treatment. These problems can be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have a cough, chest pain, shortness of breath, irregular heartbeat, diarrhea, constipation, severe stomach pain, nausea or vomiting, dizziness, fainting, eye problems, extreme tiredness, changes in appetite, thirst or urine, rash, itching, confusion, memory problems, muscle pain or weakness, joint pain, flushing or fever. These are not all the possible side effects. Problems can occur together and more often when Opdivo is used with Yervoy. Tell your doctor about all medical conditions, including immune or nervous system problems, if you've had or plan to have an organ or stem cell transplant or received chest radiation. Here's to a chance to live longer. Ask your doctor about the combination of 2 immunotherapies, Opdivo plus Yervoy. Thank you to all those in our clinical trials.
I'm gonna miss you.
At Prudential, we can't tell you when your kids will finally go out on their own. But we can at least make sure that when they do, you're ready. That's That's why millions rely on us for the rock-solid strength that helps you plan for and achieve your retirement dreams. Whichever road you take, who's your rock?
McGann Furniture and Flooring has a question for you. Do you have a hard time sleeping comfortably through the night? Is your mattress 10 years old or even older? Chances are you're due for a new one. Mattress technology has changed a lot in the last 10 years. Our experienced staff will help you find the right style, construction, and firmness that will give you years of sleeping comfort. And remember, we don't raise prices only to lower them later for a sale. With delivery and disposal of your old set, we make it easy to have the bed of your dreams at McGann Furniture and Flooring, downtown Baraboo.
First, we found out that radical Tim Michael supports Wisconsin's 1849 abortion ban.
But you wouldn't support exceptions for rape or incest?
That's correct. Now we found out his foundation funds a group working to outlaw birth control and ban abortion, even to save the life of the mother. And his family foundation funds a group that uses cell phone data to track women if they go to abortion centers. Vote no on radical Tim Michaels.
New Salon Pass Lidocaine Flex, a super thin, flexible patch with maximum OTC strength lidocaine that contours to the body to relieve pain right where it hurts. And did we mention it really, really sticks? Salon Pass, it's good medicine.
Welcome back. Your Starbucks order is going to get to you a lot quicker.
Starbucks told investors it's taking big steps to upgrade and speed up service. That includes new systems that machines will, for example, let baristas make a Frappuccino in 36 seconds, down from 87 seconds. Starbucks also says it's going to offer new incentives for non-union employees that include things like student loan support, savings accounts, and more sick time.
Mortgage rates have reached their highest level since 2008. Today, Freddie Mac reported the 30-year fixed-rate mortgage now averages around 6.20%. That's more than twice the rate from a year ago when it was 2.86%. Mortgage rates have been rising since the Federal Reserve began efforts to reduce inflation. Freddie Mac's chief economist says the higher rate will help cool off the housing market slightly, although the number of homes for sale still won't meet demand.
People in the U.S. are spending more money. The Census Bureau reported retail sales rose unexpectedly by 0.3% last month. That is a revised decrease of 0.4% in July. The jump is being tied to the continued drop in gas prices, with Americans spending 4.2% less at the pump last month.
It was a volatile session on Wall Street. The Dow Industrials dropped 173 points, closing at 30,961. The NASDAQ lost 167. The S&P 500 was off 44.
Well, Wisconsin Dells has lots of attractions. So some are, what do you mean some are come and go?
Some come and go.
Oh, yeah, okay. Some come and go. Thank you. Others are classics.
Back in 1990, we visited one of the classics. Here's this week's Traveler Throwback Thursday.
It is the start of another day. Time for Dick Poland and Sassy to head off to work.
Hi, Sassy.
Dick is a dog trainer, a career he began for the Army in Vietnam, a career he wouldn't give up for anything.
It's like having your own little family. It's very rewarding. It takes a lot of patience working and working and working, but when you get them to do something, you feel like you've really accomplished something. It's really, really a good feeling.
These days, it's a different kind of work, though. Instead of training animals for search and rescue missions, Dick trains his dogs to take a leap every half hour, all day. Sassy gets excited when she hears the tour boats pulling up to the dock.
Sassy, are you ready to come over? Come here.
Standing behind this big old pine tree right here. This is Stand Rock, one of the most famous rock formations you'll find in the nation, and if not the world. I've already explained to you why it is so famous. It's because of that stop-motion photograph taken by Mr. Bennett back in the 1800s. Now, another thing...
It was a photograph which shocked the world. Audiences in Boston gasped. Men no longer take the 5-foot 3-inch leap out to Stand Rock, 46 feet above the ground. For the past 40 years, dogs have done it. It's Dick and Sassy's job now to carry on the tradition.
Good morning, folks. Today we do have Sassy. She's a 4-year-old German Shepherd starting her 3rd year of jumping. She carries most of the load, doing approximately 3,000 jumps a summer, sometimes up to 30 and 40 times a day.
As tourists aim their cameras, Dick and Sassy get ready. The training pays off.
Good girl.
Come on. Come here.
For the tourists, a photo and a memory they will have forever. For Dick, a sense of accomplishment. And for Sassy?
Some people ask me when they come by and say, what do you give them for a treat after they jump? I said, a warm bed in the kennel, a clean kennel, a few pets on the head, and that's what they do. They do it for the affection rather than treats.
The applause seems to be enough. Just chalk it up to one giant leap for dog kind. Traveling in Wisconsin Dells, I'm Mark Kane, WISC News 3.
And the Poland family is still breeding dogs, and they're still jumping the rock.
Really?
Yes.
Were you tempted to try it?
No.
Do they let people do it? Probably not.
No.
Yeah, no.
And they'll keep jumping through November.
Oh, wow. That's great. Sassy, that's a great name for a dog.
Sassy's relatives are now jumping over.
Oh, I love that. That's
cool.
Great.
All right, we'll be right back. Stay with us.
Stoughton Health's Breast Cancer Risk Assessment can help you understand your personal breast cancer risk and strategies to reduce your risk. The screening is a free service Stoughton Health offers to help women take charge of their health.
It's like I'm downloading in slow motion. Wish we had better internet.
Charlie! That's right, it's me, Charlie. Wish specialist for Spectrum. Let's get that wish granted.
How?
Spectrum Internet delivers fast speeds for a stronger connection on all your devices. Here, yeah, and here. Plus, get a free modem and free desktop security to keep your kids safe online.
Get Spectrum Internet for $49.99 a month. Call 833-768-4999.
Why do we need all these remotes? I wish our shows were in one place.
Spectrum TV makes it easy to find your favorites. Plus, you'll have access to over 85,000 titles on demand. And with the free Spectrum TV app, you can watch live sports, news, and more on any device, anywhere.
Get Spectrum TV for $49.99 a month. Call 833-768-4999.
I wish we didn't have a contract. Granted. Oh, he's good.
Switch to Spectrum Internet or TV, or get them both for $49.99 a month each, all with no contracts. Call 833-768-4999.
The Socialist Squad led the charge to defund the police and eliminate bail for dangerous felons. Now violent crime is surging in Wisconsin.
More people have been killed in Milwaukee this year than in any previous year.
Mandela Barnes attacked the Kenosha police and incited more violence.
The officer's deadly actions attempted to take a person's life in broad daylight. This felt like some sort of vendetta.
Mandela Barnes, dangerously liberal on crime.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
Exciting things call for a drum roll, like this new offer on one of Wisconsin's favorite lotto games. It's Badger 5 Double Jackpot Days. If a jackpot is won, there's a 1 in 2 chance that it doubles. This offer is included with every Badger 5 purchase, only in September. This exciting offer from the Wisconsin Lottery is going fast.
I've always loved building things. Not just structures and skyscrapers, but teams who make it all possible. After all, we wouldn't be where we are today without them. So we made sure that, like these buildings, their futures may also stand the test of time.
Stoughton Health's Breast Cancer Risk Assessment can help you understand your personal breast cancer risk and strategies to reduce your risk. The screening is a free service Stoughton Health offers to help women take charge of their health.
Take a look at this. This food delivery robot in Los Angeles was determined to get where it needed to go. It wouldn't be held up by a crime scene, at least. That's the LAPD responded to a suspected shooting at a high school, which turned out to be a hoax. The audacious android, with some help from a friend, stayed on course despite a little police tape.
Maybe he could come and work at the UW campus with the other robots.
These are the robots at UW.
Yeah, the same thing. Yeah. I'm sure the police were not too thrilled about that, though.
Yeah.
But the ones at UW, they're always really funny to walk in front of.
I know.
And they freak out. And they, yeah.
Or they wait across the streets.
It's almost like a pet, almost. Just how much you can mess with them. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, the students want to name them, but the company that owns them won't let them
name them. You got to let the students name them. Let them name them.
Bucky.
Hey. We've got more beautiful weather coming up.
That's
good.
Too. Summer's hanging on.
Summer's hanging on. So are the rain chances every weekend. so
Number 8.
Break down. I know. The rain chances coming up this Saturday into Sunday. That's when we come back.
iMart Express owns selection, price, and speed. Need single vision? Get 2 pairs starting under $40. Progressives, 2 pairs start under $80. Nobody beats us, guaranteed. iMart Express. Right glasses, right price, right now.
I guess my diet starts Monday.
No, girl. This is the diet. It's Jenny Craig, and it's delicious.
You lost all that weight eating lasagna.
40 pounds in 6 months.
You look incredible.
I feel incredible, and thanks to my personal coach, I always have the support that I need.
Okay, well, sign me up.
Wait till you try the lava cake.
Lava cake?
Join for $18 and get 50% off your first week of food when you sign up now at jennycraig.com.
I am crushing this to-do list.
Let me see. Smart home upgrade? Home gym?
Check.
Well, what about the windows?
Cross something important off your list. With energy-efficient windows for just $129 a month, now is the perfect time to get your home ready for fall. And keep some cash in your pocket.
Windows for $129 a month and soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
I'm the dog who can destroy a squeaky in seconds. And I'm here to tell you about the pet insurance from Physicians Mutual that can pay up to 100% of your vet bills. I love to hear them squeak in fear right up until the end. But one time those squeakers sat a bit funny, got stuck in my tummy. It's all good though. I got pet insurance offered by Physicians Mutual. They really get me. They understand my squeaky passion. And Mom and Papa don't get stuck with a high vet bill. Tell your parents about
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
At Machinery Row Bicycles, you'll find bicycle store quality electric e-bikes from Trek, Electra, Feld, Giant, and more. Trek offers the best-selling e-bike in America, Trek Verve Plus, under $2,500. At Machinery Row Bicycles, you'll find fat e-bikes, mountain e-bikes, road e-bikes, bike path e-bikes, and more. Free services included. The place to shop for your new e-bike is Machinery Row Bicycles, the most beautiful bicycle store in the world.
How do we make your glasses the same day? It's all done in store. Our skilled techs handle your glasses from start to finish, getting them back the same day. Quality, affordable glasses made in store, only at iMart Express.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
A live look outside this afternoon. A beautiful look to the sky. Still a little bit hazy with some wildfire smoke out there, but it's actually starting to thin out just a little bit. So it is not as bad today as it was even, say, yesterday or earlier this morning. So we're starting to clear some of that out. High resolution radar quiet over southern Wisconsin. That is to be expected. But I want to zoom out and begin to show you something. I am tracking some rain showers generally to our north and west. All this rain will be a part of the next chance for us to see showers or thunderstorms, especially as we begin to move into parts of your weekend anyway. So we'll keep a close eye on it. Overall, what's going on is a wave of low pressure back to our north and west. It's going to help spark off some of those showers and thunderstorms. It also sends a little surge of warmth our way. Keyword, a little surge of warmth. You might notice that today and the next, or tomorrow and the next day, or about a degree or two warmer to the afternoon. You'll see stronger winds out of the south. Another area, low pressure passing by as we speak, but all of this eventually does begin to move our direction. Still some decorator clouds are out there, but you watch the rain chances, and this is how they begin to increase. By Saturday night into Sunday, we could see some widespread showers or thunderstorms. It'll be short-lived, maybe a couple scattered showers into Sunday and Sunday night. But again, I do not anticipate the widespread rain chances that we had last weekend. That is one thing that I really want to drive home. This is not like it was last weekend, but we still are going to see that chance for some showers and thunderstorms. That being said, watch the clock. This tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock, you're headed out the door, getting the kiddos to the bus stop on a Friday. Temperatures are generally into the low 60s. You'll notice that southerly wind component. But tomorrow afternoon, a lot of us top out right around 80 degrees. Then we start to push things forward into your Saturday and Sunday. By the way, I cannot rule out a pop-up shower or thunderstorm. We still have a slight chance of some showers and thunderstorms moving into your Saturday, but the better chance is Saturday night and into parts of your Sunday. That's where we begin to see the more widespread chances for some rain moving into the mix. Here's a zoomed out view, just kind of showing you this. And this model, I'll be honest, is really just now kind of catching on to that chance for some rain. But this is Sunday in the morning. You see those showers in the area, and what you notice right off the bat, this is not a big blob of rain coming through. It is more or less our chances for the showers and the thunderstorms. This model handling it a little bit better. You see the moisture that'll be in play. That all begins to clear out, though, by the time we get you towards Sunday afternoon and evening. So not only is your best chance of rain Saturday into Sunday, but that's Saturday night and Sunday morning before we begin to clear out. Speaking of night, this is the forecast tonight. A mix of partly cloudy skies overall. I was going to say a mix of moon and clouds. Temperatures go down to about 72. Tomorrow we will warm up towards 80 in the afternoon. Not too shabby. Here's that extended forecast for you. 79 on Sunday. 77 Monday. Tuesday could be a little warm. A little warm front comes through on Tuesday, up to about 84. But look at how cool we get by next weekend.
Like gradual slide down.
And when's the equinox, solstice? What's
that is the 22nd. So next week would be next week.
Right on cue.
Right on
60s.
cue. Right on cue. We start to see more of those 60s. Not 50s, though. Last weekend we did not get out of the 50s, but close enough.
So the Badger game's going to be hit and miss for rain. I mean, it's not going to be like, as you say,
no, not at all. In fact, it should really be dry for the most part.
Okay. Chris, thank you.
Thank you, Chris.
Well, the new Marquette Law School poll was released yesterday.
It showed tightening races for governor and Senate here in Wisconsin with 53 days to go until Election Day on November 8th.
Charles Franklin is the director of the Marquette Law School poll. Charles, welcome back to the program.
Hi, Charles. Good to see you.
Hi. Good to see you.
Both the governor's race and the Senate race are virtually tied.
Who knew that Wisconsin races would be close? We did see some widening of the gap, especially in the Senate race in August, but now it's tightened up again. And so we do have two races that are both inside the margin of error, and I think it would be fair to call them both toss-ups at this point.
Let's take a look at the Senate race, and we'll look at the numbers the last time you took the poll and compare it to your most recent numbers.
There we go. This is August, where Barnes had 51 to 44.
And now it's 48 for Barnes, 49 for Johnson. A Johnson 1-point edge. Again, that's way inside the margin of error. Here you're seeing the kind of tightening that we often see after one candidate wins a primary and gets a bump immediately after that, only to then see that bump start to dissipate as we get into the general election campaign. And in Barnes's case, having had a summer in which his Democratic rivals did not criticize him or run negative attack ads, and indeed 3 of them dropped out before the primary, this is really the first time that Barnes has had to experience the effect of strong criticism, negative ads from his opponent, and it has taken a toll. We've seen his job approval or his favorability numbers come down a good bit from the high they had right after the primary. And we've also seen independents move from pretty positive towards Barnes to just barely positive towards Johnson.
And there's not a lot of numbers undecided out there, are there?
Not undecided, though here we are asking people if they say they haven't decided, who do they lean to? So there's a little bit higher percentage undecided on just straight up, who do you like better or who do you prefer? But no, lots of people have decided, and parties have really come home. Well over 90%, really 95% of both parties are lined up behind their party's nominee.
Equally
it's the independents that are not so clear.
Right, and they're critical. It's equally tight in the governor's race. Let's take a look at the numbers for Governor Evers and his challenger, Tim Michels.
Here, among likely voters in August, it was 48-44. It was a 2-point Evers lead among all registered voters in August. But from here through the election, we're looking at likely voters. So what was a slight 4-point edge for Evers a month ago is now a 3-point edge for Evers. Not much movement, again, inside the margin of error.
So what is it going to take to push one candidate over the top?
Well, I think as we go through the rest of September and October, first of all, more voters will get engaged and will make up their minds about especially the challengers. Tim Michels still has about a quarter to a third of voters that say they don't know enough about him to have an opinion. Mandela Barnes is a little higher than that, also in the 30s, that don't have an opinion about him. And that means both of them are in the position to shape opinions of themselves, but are also subject to having those opinions shaped by their opponents. And that, I think, played a big role in the Barnes campaign over this last month. But Tim Michels' image has become net negative over the last month after being dead even between favorable and unfavorable in August. So I think there has been some negative movement for both of the challengers. Senator Johnson remains net negative by about 8 points on favorability, and that hasn't moved. But for Tony Evers, he's gone from a net positive 2-point job approval to a net negative 3-point job approval this month. So there are warning signs all around that we could see all 4 of these candidates being viewed negatively by Election Day.
53 days away. Who's counting?
Who's counting?
Charles, we'll see you soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Charles. Great to see you.
Well, coming up next year on Live Before, Dr. Zorba Pastor joins us to talk about the newest COVID booster shots.
And we'll be taking your calls as well. And then coming up next hour at 5, Wisconsin is one of 6 states that will receive a federal grant focusing on suicide prevention. Catherine Merck tells us how they plan to spend the money coming up at 5.
Hey, we're here at the local farmers market where Informed Choice Insurance Agency is offering fresh, hand-picked local Medicare. What do you mean when you say shop local for Medicare?
Your local Medicare plans have all of the bells and whistles the national TV ads promise, only better because you're working with local agents who know the doctors, specialists, and the hospital networks inside and out. You're not going to get that talking to a national call center wanting to check your zip code.
Don't be fooled by national TV hype. When it comes to your Medicare options, keep it local with Informed Choice Insurance Agency, and their services are free.
Everything seems to be getting more and more expensive these days. And it's the same for your heating bills. Since it will cost more to heat your home this winter, USA Insulation wants to give you control over your utility bills. Our premium injection foam keeps the cold outside and your warm, comfortable air inside, right where it belongs. Call now before winter and get a $500 early bird discount.
USA Insulation.
Look, we knew the other side would make up lies about me to scare you. Now they're claiming I want to defund the police and abolish ICE. That's a lie. I'll make sure our police have the resources and training they need to keep our community safe. And that our communities have the resources to stop crime before it happens. I'll bring back manufacturing. And I'll pass a middle-class tax cut. And if that's too scary for Washington, then so be it. I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
When cleaning your air ducts, it's important to clean the entire system. An air duct cleaning from Stanley Steamer removes pounds of trapped dirt, dust, and allergens from your home completely. The cleaning improves your home's indoor air quality, keeps your home cleaner longer, and can even improve the efficiency of your HVAC system. We want you to have the cleanest and healthiest indoor air possible. So call for a free inspection today.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
You protected our rights, preserved our freedom. You may have even risked your life for us. Now, it's our turn to fight for you. Your local Wisconsin emergency, energy, and housing assistance providers, and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund reward the service of our veterans with rental and energy support in their time of crisis. Apply today to get the fresh start you've earned.
New at 5, Naomi Cole sits down with 2 UW Health nurses. They dive deep into the averted strike and how the agreement directly affects nurses.
Gearing up for another weekend of rain chances. I'll time it out in my forecast at 5.
And ahead at 6, Wisconsin takes steps forward to slow the growing rate of suicide in the state. We research how new funding will be used directly to meet that goal tonight on News 3 Now at 6.
San Antonio, Texas is where we end up today. I've never been. Have you?
I never have either. No, it's on my list. I'd love to see it.
93 degrees. No thanks.
Like to see the Riverwalk, though.
There is a new COVID booster headed into a pharmacy near you designed to fight the Omicron variant.
The head of the World Health Organization, this is interesting, said today the number of COVID deaths worldwide last week was the lowest since the pandemic began in March of 2020. That's encouraging.
Dr. Zorba Pastor is with us. He'll be taking your calls coming up in the next segment as well.
Hey, Zorba.
Hi. The head of the World Health Organization says maybe we're seeing the end of this COVID. There might be light because of the number of deaths going down, but then another variant could come along.
You know, I don't think so.
Maybe too soon.
I don't think so. I think the big pandemic and how many people were basically dying at the beginning of the pandemic, I think he was more or less talking about that. But COVID is here to stay. I think it's going to be here 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years down the line. It's going to be like a flu shot. We're going to be needing to take that shot all the time. I mean, the virus has shown it has an ability to mutate, become very infectious. But luckily, if you're boosted or you've had COVID, the chances you're going to die have been reduced over and over. But still, there are a lot of people who are dying. A lot of people are still not boosted or immunized in Wisconsin.
The new booster is available now for anyone 12 and older.
That's right.
But you have to start with the original vaccine series,
right? You have to get the original series, and then 2 months after the original series, or 2 months after your previous booster, then you can get the new booster. And I had the new booster and had the influenza shot at the same time last Monday. And other than some pain in my arms, I didn't feel anything bad.
So you can get them both at the same time?
Absolutely. And it turns out that from an immunity point of view, if you have both shots at the same time, it actually is better. Each shot is an adjuvant, which means it increases the immunity to the other shots. So my recommendation is get them both at the same time, then you're done.
And if you've had COVID, you should wait 45 days. From
Absolutely, right.
All right. So if you have a question now for Dr. Zorba Pastor, now's the time to call in.
The number to call, 608-270-9933. Go ahead and call now, and we'll get your questions right after the break.
Well, today is a big day. I am learning how to be a driver for RSVP of Dane County Retired and Senior Volunteer Program. We have 2 of the best drivers here with us. Any tips, last-minute tips for me to really have a good first day?
Be courteous and make sure that your person you're picking up has a good time.
It's not just driving people to and from. You guys have made friendships.
Yes.
You make people's day by doing this. How good does that feel?
It's a good feeling.
It's very heartwarming. It's great to hear their stories and their life stories and talk about their grandkids and their kids and what they've accomplished. And they're very proud of their families. And so it's nice.
And it might be the only chance they have to talk to someone all week.
There are people that's the only social time they get, especially with somebody different.
So Dee, how long have you been getting rides from volunteers at RSVP?
Probably 20 years.
And how important is this for your livelihood?
Yeah. It's very good, especially since I quit driving.
Right.
You know, about 5 years ago I quit driving, so it's nice to know that it's RSVP is there.
And you have truly found 2 good friends in Bob and Karen.
Yeah, they're just a wonderful couple.
Please volunteer, right? Can you look at the camera and say, please volunteer?
Please volunteer.
And you can help sweet people like Dee and other wonderful people that you can help bring to appointments. RSVP of Dane County, where volunteers make a difference. I'm Emmy Fink, and you're buzzed into Madison. All right.
Do you feel safe?
Mandela Barnes would eliminate cash bail, setting accused criminals free into the community before trial. Even with shootings, robberies, carjackings, violent attacks on our police. More than 300 murders last year alone. Yet Barnes has even supported defunding the police. Mandela Barnes, he stands with them, not us. Senate Leadership Fund is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Like an eagle protects his head.
We all need a rock we can rely on. To be strong. To overcome anything. To be unstoppable. That's why millions rely on the strength and financial guidance of Prudential to achieve their dreams. Who's your rock?
We're looking at the Beltline at John Nolan right now. An increased traffic volume, but so far no major slowdowns. Just a couple of brake lights right around Stoughton Road. All other roads and your drive times are moving along smoothly.
All right, thank you, Chris. Central Park in London has been taken over by floral tributes in honor of the late Queen Elizabeth II. Visitors are coming from far and wide to lay their flowers and marvel at the carpet of petals that's growing every day. Flowers stretch in all directions. Hundreds of thousands of floral tributes. This part of Green Park has been set aside as an official area for the bouquets after nearby Buckingham Palace became overwhelmed with flowers. Some have also left heartfelt notes with their bouquets.
Oh, I'd love to see that in person.
Just
beautiful.
Well, now it's your turn. We're taking your calls for Dr. Zorba Pastor.
We have two lines open at 608-808.
270-9933.
I don't know what that number is.
Or whatever that says. All right, let's start with Tom in Middleton. Hi, Tom, go ahead.
Hi, Dr. Pastor. I got an Omicron booster shot last week, and my question is how long does it take for my body to build up the immunity? And once it does, can I ditch the mask?
Good question.
Good question.
Good question. Well, generally, I think when you get that, about 2 weeks later, your immunity really is pretty good. You know, within 2 weeks. You've got a 2-week period, probably at 1 week, certainly at 2 weeks. And then you certainly could ditch the mask, unless it's appropriate to wear a mask. Now, we were at American Players Theater just the other day, indoors, one of the indoor sessions, and there everyone was required to wear a mask because the actors did not want to get COVID. So it wasn't just for us, it was for the actors.
Okay. All right. All right, very good. Let's go to Todd in Monticello. Hi, Todd. What's your question?
Well, I had my initial 2 shots, the year ago, and then 21 days later, then I got my booster, then I got my second booster. Do I have to wait to get this shot?
Not at all.
Like all the other ones?
When did you get the last booster?
Yeah, it depends. 2 months after the last booster is when you can get the next booster.
Unless you have
other things. And once
unless
again,
you had COVID,
That's right. Unless you have COVID, in which case you've got, 45 days. So.
All right, thanks.
You're welcome.
Thank you for calling.
Let's go to Alan now in the town of Burke. Hi, Alan.
Hi, doctor. I was trying to get my booster shot when I got my flu shot at my doctor's last week, and EW said they're not available yet. Where did you get yours?
Oh, they're available. They're at the pharmacies. Mine was at Walgreens. So they may not have had it at the UW because they didn't have that supply, but go to Walgreens, CVS, they're available there. And a number of independent pharmacies also have the shot.
And I think the UW has it now.
Yeah, we're being told they have it now, so check back and see. They got it. They just got them this week.
Well, Mike was on line 1. We lost him, so he wanted to know how long the shots are going to last.
That's a good question, isn't it? That's right. The reality is we get the booster. We don't know. Once again, we're still learning a lot about COVID. As much as we know, there's still more to learn about it. But the reality is we do know the shots make a big difference. They reduce the risk of hospitalization tremendously and death tremendously. So, and there's still people who never had their primary series because either they were against having immunizations, they were the anti-immunization people, or simply they were lazy. I mean, that's what I say, or, they just haven't had the time to do it.
All right, let's go to Cindy in Fitchburg. Hi, Cindy.
Hi there.
Hi, what's your question?
I have a question regarding getting both vaccines, the flu shot and the COVID shot at the same time. About 4 years ago, I got a flu shot, and I had a bad reaction to it. So if I got both at the same time and had a reaction, how would I know which one I'm reacting to?
Oh, you're right. Very good point. I think if you've had a reaction to the flu shot, your answer is get the flu shot one time, get the COVID shot another time, because you'd like to know whether or not you're going to have a reaction. And just because you had a reaction to a previous flu shot does not mean you're going to get one to the present flu shot.
Okay.
And they're thinking it might be a bad flu season.
Yes, they are. And it might be, it's certainly going to be worse than it has before, because the reality is we've all been masking up, and so influenza has not been as bad as it has been in the past.
Okay. All right, let's go to David in Madison. Hi, David. What's your question?
Yes, I have a question regarding wearing a mask. I drive to a facility, I put my mask on, I come out, I put my mask in the visor, I go to the next facility, I put my mask on, come back out, and I keep doing that with the same mask. So is that a problem?
I don't think so. I think we now know that generally you can wear the same mask over and over again. You want the mask to be a good mask, either a surgical mask or an N95 mask. We do know that cloth masks really do not do that much.
We've learned a lot along the way.
We have definitely
calling.
learned a lot, and it's going to make a difference in the future.
All right.
Do we have another call?
Not right now. There's nothing cleared, so.
Okay. A lot of people, Zorba, are waiting until we get further in the winter or closer to the holidays to get the new COVID booster. Do you think people should wait, or should they just seize the day and get it now if they're eligible?
Well, I seized the day. In other words, Penny and I got ours right away, and the answer is because who knows when the next variant is going to come by. We don't really know, and I think the answer is do it sooner versus later, and also if you wait too long, it may be harder to actually get an appointment to get the vaccine, because I have no idea how long that vaccine is going to be available until they run out of vaccine.
And if there's another variant, there's not going to be a vaccine soon enough to, counteract that.
Right. So my recommendation is getting the shot now, I think, makes sense for almost all of us.
Was it easy to get an appointment? Were there a lot of appointments
No problems
available?
getting an appointment at all. No problem.
And the Moderna versus Pfizer, can you switch?
Doesn't make, you can mix and match.
Does it help?
Mix and match.
Should you switch?
I think it's better to get one of each kind. I think if you got Pfizer, Moderna is better. Moderna, Pfizer is better just because you may get a little bit more robustness.
Really?
I'm in that school.
All right.
I'm an Android guy, but switch. Zorba, thank you.
Thanks, Zorba.
Thank you all for calling in. We'll have a final check of your forecast coming up.
Ashley's Fall Scratch-Off promotion is happening now. Come in now for your scratch card that could be worth up to $5,000. Plus, get 78% off clearance items. Plus, 60-month special financing. Plus, doorbuster deals. Plus, fast delivery. Don't miss these savings. Ashley.
There's no other place where my story is possible. My mom was a teacher. My dad worked third shift. It was our ticket to the middle class. That's the promise of America I'll fight to protect. While others send our jobs overseas, I'll bring manufacturing back, invest in our own workers, and stock our shelves with American products. And with a middle class tax cut, you'll be able to keep more of what you earn. I know the promise of America, and no one will fight harder to protect it. I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
Had enough? No. Arthritis. Here. Aspercream arthritis. Huh. Full prescription strength. Reduces inflammation. Thank the gods. Don't thank them too soon.
Kick pain in the Aspercream.
First, we found out that Radical Tim Michael supports Wisconsin's 1849 abortion ban.
But you wouldn't support exceptions for rape or incest?
That's correct. Now we found out his foundation funds a group working to outlaw birth control and ban abortion, even to save the life of the mother. And his family foundation funds a group that uses cell phone data to track women if they go to abortion centers. Vote no on Radical Tim Michaels.
Ashley is Wisconsin's largest mattress retailer, and their fall scratch-off promotion is happening now. Come in now for a scratch card worth up to $5,000, plus $400 off any size Purple Plus mattress. Like this Purple Plus Queen, only $14.99. Don't miss these mattress savings. Ashley.
After narrowly avoiding a strike, UW Health nurses celebrate victory. News 3 Now speaks with two nurses on the details of the negotiations that took place and how the deal will benefit them. That exclusive sit-down coming up at 5.
With more yard signs popping up for candidates and causes, News 3 Now's Will Keneally lets you know the do's and don'ts of posting yard signs and shows you a local group that's making an impression with their own yard signs. Tonight at 6.
It's been a little hazy, but it's going to be a comfortable night. Overnight lows drop down to the low 60s. partly cloudy skies for most of us. Tomorrow, look for more of the sunshine, and we will all top out to the upper 70s to low 80s for your afternoon highs tomorrow. Soak that up because I am watching rain chances that will increase moving towards the weekend.
All right, Chris, thank you. Tomorrow here on Live at 4, our news hounds, Louie and Oliver, have the top animal stories of the week.
And we'll head to Monroe to find out what's new this year and what to see and taste at this year's Cheese Days. That's coming up tomorrow on Live at 4.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy a furnace. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase a furnace and an air conditioner at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
If you have advanced non-small cell lung cancer, your first treatment could be a chemo-free combination of 2 immunotherapies that works differently. It could mean a chance to live longer. Opdivo plus Yervoy is for adults newly diagnosed with non-small cell lung cancer that is spread, tests positive for PD-L1, and does not have an abnormal EGFR or ALK gene. Together, Opdivo plus Yervoy helps your immune system launch a response that fights cancer in 2 different ways. Opdivo plus Yervoy equals a chance for more time together, more family time, more time to remember. Opdivo and Yervoy can cause your immune system to harm healthy parts of your body during and after treatment. These problems can be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have a cough, chest pain, shortness of breath, irregular heartbeat, diarrhea, constipation, severe stomach pain, nausea or vomiting, dizziness, fainting, eye problems, extreme tiredness, changes in appetite, thirst or urine, rash, itching, confusion, memory problems, muscle pain or weakness, joint pain, flushing or fever. These are not all the possible side effects. Problems can occur together and more often when Opdivo is used with Yervoy. Tell your doctor about all medical conditions, including immune or nervous system problems, if you've had or plan to have an organ or stem cell transplant or received chest radiation. Here's to a chance to live longer. Ask your doctor about the combination of 2 immunotherapies, Opdivo plus Yervoy. Thank you to all those in our clinical trials.
The Socialist Squad led the charge to defund the police and eliminate bail for dangerous felons. Now violent crime is surging in Wisconsin.
More people have been killed in Milwaukee this year than in any previous year.
Mandela Barnes attacked the Kenosha police and incited more violence.
The officer's deadly actions attempted to take a person's life in broad daylight. This felt like some sort of vendetta.
Mandela Barnes, dangerously liberal on crime.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
Allergy sufferers. Bedtime means it's time to take Zysol. Zysol relieves allergies while you sleep, so you wake refreshed. Plus, it works faster than Claritin, and on first dose, provides the same relief as Zyrtec in a pill nearly half the size. Be wise all. Take Zysol at night.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy a furnace. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase a furnace and an air conditioner at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
In today's Final Touch, the world's best mine rescue teams are in West Virginia this week.
Not for work, though. It's all for fun. The International Mines Rescue Competition is being held at Beaver, West Virginia, and 9 different countries are represented. All week, teams will go through different simulations. They range from first aid to rescue operations to firefighting. The competition's been postponed since 2020 due to the pandemic. The competition is all done with one common goal, according to one instructor. It's to make each other better. Never knew there was mine competition, but there you have it. That's our time for now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here again tomorrow for our Friday edition. News 3 Now at 5 starts right now.